Let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and a faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen.
A point of information, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Mheshimiwa.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm rising on standing order number 27. The plenary time for this hours has been scheduled to be 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesdays every week. And as we can see, it is 1 hour past the gazetted time, so I don't know what caused the delay, and maybe you can guide the House if the timing for the plenary still remains the same.
The timing of the plenary remains the same, but owing to unforeseen matters, there was that delay, but all was for the benefit of this House, that we make matters straight, so that we don't make mistakes. So therefore, we apologize for that delay. Thank you, Honorable Member. Next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Good afternoon, honorable members. I have the following communication to make on 1, ward bursary committees. Honorable members, Regulation 11 of the Public Finance Management in brackets Machakos County Bursary Fund Regulation 2019 provides for the membership of the ward bursary committees. Pursuant to Regulation 11.3 of the said regulations, the chairpersons and 2 other members of the ward bursary committee shall be nominated by the county executive member responsible for matters relating to education with the approval of the county assembly. Honorable members, you do recall that on 28th March 2023, a list of nominees for the ward bursary committees was laid in the House by the leader of majority under papers and committed to the Education and Social Services Committee. The Education and Social Service Committee considered the nominees in consultation with area MCS and identified discrepancies which have occasioned forwarding of an amended list of nominees to the ward bursary committees. I have therefore received an amended list of the following nominees from the Department of Education, ECDE, and Vocational Training. Members, I want to go through those names for purposes of transparency. I'll go by the sub-county concerned, the ward, and the names and the positions. I start with Yata, Ndalani ward. The names are George Ndenge, chairperson; Anastasia Mulevu, member; David Wambua, member. In Yata, we have several wards. I go to Katangi ward. Names are Felix Chalo, chairperson; Peter Mutuku, member; Jane Muthikwa, member. Matu, Benjamin Mutisia, chairperson; John Badha, member; Nancy Kambua, member. Kidhimani, Samson Kioko, chairperson; Ann Mweni, member; Samuel Mudhoka, member. Ikombe, Mwasia Kiambi Ndolo, chairperson; Jen Chalo, member; Isaiah Mumo, member. Masinga, there is Kiva, Francis Maivia, chairperson; Alangi Mwanza, member; Agnes Peter, member. Mudesia, Christopher Kituku, member; Christine Mutuku, member; Peter Mutuku Mutua, chairperson. Ekalakala, Patrick Manzia, member; Benedicta Mutungi, member; Reverend Stephen Chanui, chairperson. Ndidhine, Nicholas Mwanya, member; Victoria Wayua, member; James Mulei, chairperson. Masinga Central, Philip Mudhini, member; Rachel Musangi, member; Fidelis Musioka Mulwa, chairperson. Mwala Makutano, Dr. Gregory Muya, chairperson; Damaris Wambua, member; John Monyao, member. Mudhedheni, Justus Gumbao, chairperson; Nicholas Kasimo, member; Mwende Mutinda, member. Mbiuni, Francis Munziu, member; Dorothy Ndunge, member; Regina Munyao, chairperson. Kibauni, Rose Kiptui, member; Jones Mbalia, member; Morris Musila Mwandi, chairperson. Wamunyu, Richard Kitema, member; Anna Mudhini, member; Benson Kisinga, chairperson. Masi, Felix Mbindio, member; Margaret Musimi, member; Peter Mwatu, chairperson. Kadhiani Central, Felix Kitili, chairperson; Mutisia Musao, member; Joyce Ndunge, member. Mitaboni, Nicholas Maingi, chairperson; Victor Mutinda, member; Redemptor Mukuvi, member. Lower Kaiwa, Stephen Mutuku, member; Catherine Kimeu, member; Morris Kilonzo, chairperson. Upper Kaiwa, Frederick Mumo, chairperson; Philomena Kisengi, member; Nicholson Nzombe, member. Mavoko, Kinanie, we have Timothy Kilonzo, chairperson; Dishon Matolo, member; Angeline Mudhoka, member. Adriva, Victor Masila, chairperson; Joseph Kimatu, member; Marietta Modeu, member. Mudhwani. Lucy Mudheu, member. Bernard Kioko, member. Member. Moses Mulandi, chairperson. Mlolongo. Francis Zioka, member. Grace Mwikali, member. Mutiso Kivuva, chairperson. Matungulu sub-county. We have Matungulu East. Joseph Mbai, chairperson. Grace Mbeke, member. Joel Nzuki, member. Matungulu North. Nicholas Kaunda, chairperson. Francis Kiswili, member. Benedicta Mudheo, member. Matungulu West. Nicholas Muli, member. Juliana Mwikali, member. Boniface Kivuva Ndeti, chairperson. Cheleni. Aaron Ngumbi, chairperson. Mbidi Nzenge, member. Zipora Mutuko, member. Tala. Daniel Sila, member. Zioka Siokao, member. Richard Mutuku, chairperson. Kangundo sub-county. Kangundo Central, Reverend Johnson Macau, chairperson. Rose Ndambuki, member. Simon Nzioki, member. Kangundo North. Barnabas Muindi, chairperson. Immaculate Nzioki, member. Benjamin Mutune, member. Kangundo West. Joseph Mutie, member. Margaret Kiseli, member. Shadrach Mutune, chairperson. Machakos sub-county. Kola Elizabeth Mweni, chairperson. Anastasia Wavinya, member. John Kamba, member. Machakos Central. Grace Mutuku, chairperson. Kituli Arizon, member. Josephine Motiso, member. Then we have Mumbone North. We have Magdalene Ngina, member. Frederick Musau, member. And Jackson Musau Mbela, chairperson. Mua. Mbinya Christine, member. David Kieti, member. Francis Mueya, chairperson. Mutituni. Erastus Mulwa, member. Florence Koki, member. Michael Ngei Muindi, chairperson. Muvuti Kima Kimwe. Stella Maris Siombua, member. Richard Munuve, member. Charles Wambua, chairperson. Finally, Kalama. John Wambua, member. Esther Musioka, member. Benjamin James Kidhuka, chairperson. Pursuant to Section 7 of the Public Appointment in Brackets County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, the nominees are hereby committed to the Education and Social Welfare Committee for consideration. Thank you, honorable members. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
May I call upon Honorable Peter Kilonzo to lay down the paper.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm not Peter Kilonzo, but I'm Vincent Mutie, standing in for Peter Kilonzo, the chairperson, the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, Tuesday, the 18th day of April 2023. Report of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee on the inquiry of the Kithimane jaw crusher.
Thank you, honorable member. Next order.
Order number 6, notice of motion.
May I call upon Honorable Vincent Mutie to proceed and give the notice.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. That aware that Article 42 of the Constitution of Kenya provides that every person has the right to a clean and healthy environment, which includes the right A, to have the environment protected for the benefit of present and future generations through legislative and other measures, particularly those contemplated in Article 69, and B, to have obligations relating to the environment fulfilled under Article 70. Informed that in order to achieve economic development goals while safeguarding environmental integrity, the Kenya government has put in place the Environmental Management and Coordinations Act 1999 to coordinate environmental activities in the country. Honorable Speaker, aware that the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee conducted an inquiry on the operations of the Kidhimani jaw crusher and its effects on the environment and consequently compiled a report. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that this Honorable House discusses and approves the report of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee on an inquiry into the Kidhimani jaw crusher. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
May I call upon Honorable Charles Mbuva to make a statement.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Charles Mbuva. I represent the people of Kangundo West in this honorable house. Madam Speaker, I was ready, and I'm still ready to respond to a statement sought by Honorable Peter Kilonzo. But Madam Speaker, after consulting, I found that it is prudent that I bring this report when the member who sought the statement is available, so that they can satisfy whether it answers or responds to what they were seeking. So, Madam Speaker, I seek your indulgence that I defer and give this a response on a later date. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Your request is granted. Let's have that statement made response made when the member who had requested for the same is available. Thank you. May I call upon Honorable Joshua Mwanga to proceed and give a statement.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Point of order.
Madam Speaker.
Yes, let
Madam Speaker, before Honorable Mwanga proceeds to make his statement,
yes,
I just want to seek your guidance on his dressing.
Who?
See, the way Honorable Mwanga, the member for Masinga Central.
Yes.
I'm wondering whether the gentleman is properly dressed before this assembly. I do not ask you members, I am actually asking that direction from the Honorable Speaker to give direction on the attire that Honorable Mwanga has woken up to give his statement in. I do not want anybody to assume that he was properly dressed. I'm asking whether he's properly dressed as he is now, Madam Speaker.
He is not properly dressed, and I suggest you get out, get dressed, and come back. I'll give you permission to proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am a man of procedure. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for awarding that ruling.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Madam Speaker, thank you for your wise ruling.
Thank you.
On the way I was dressed.
Yes, yes.
But I want to say this is a matter which I brought last week, and you ruled in favor of members who...
I have made the ruling.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. To my statement, Madam Speaker.
You have complied, proceed and make your statement.
Honorable Speaker, on Tuesday, 28th March 2023, during the afternoon plenary sitting, a statement on status of county wage bill was sought and referred to the Labor, Public Service and ICT Committee to inquire on the following. 1. The initiative by the county executive to manage the wage bill as stipulated by the Public Finance Management Act number 18, 2012. 2. Why the county government through the Department of Finance, Economic Planning and Revenue Management has placed an advertisement on the Daily Nation dated Thursday, March 22nd, 2023 on page 20, seeking to recruit more personnel despite the challenge. Number 3, the status of human resource audit and why the report has not been forwarded to the Assembly. Honorable Speaker, the short statements was conveyed to the Department of Public Service and Performance Management on 29th March 2023, feed a letter reference PS ICT volume 4/022, and the department responded to the aforesaid statement through a letter referenced GMC/PSPAIM/CA volume 2/06 dated 4th April 2023. Honorable Speaker, the following was the response from the department. 1. Management of the county wage bill. In line with the Regulation 25(1)B of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, County Government Act, that is, regulations, expenditure on wage bill and benefits are set at 35% of the count total revenue, whereas the audit department wages and benefits constitutes over 30% of the total wage bill. The county government has put measures to improve on source collection, which subsequently will reduce the expenditure on wage bill vis-a-vis the total revenue. Number 2, recruitment of personnel in the Department of Finance, Economic Planning and Resource Management. In order to increase the on-source revenue, the Department of Finance, Economic Planning and Revenue Management has initiated recruitment of revenue collection on 3 months contract during this peak period. Number 3, the status of human resource audit. In relation to the human resource audit, the department is still waiting for the HR task force report and the recommendation based on their findings on the management of the wage bill to take the necessary action. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. This statement has been requested by Honorable Vincent Motier, isn't it? You may make a comment whether you are satisfied with the statement or you are not.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I appreciate my colleague for having conveyed the response as was given by the department. Now what baffles me is where the response indicates that yes, the wage is set at 35%, and that the Department of Health constitutes over 30% of the total wage bill. I do not know whether the response was intended to mention the health department because I am the chairperson of the health department, or it was done out of understanding. Madam Speaker, in my view, the responses that we have been given without prejudice, to me, they sound like another episode from the fairy tale Alibaba and 40 Thieves. Something which you cannot ascertain, something which you cannot confirm. You know, in that story, the entire narrative can only exist in an imagination. Madam Speaker, we requested, and if you see number 1 is the initiative that the county executive has taken to manage the wage bill. What they have said is that they have laid a blame on the health department. They have not said what initiative they are doing, they are taking to handle the issue of wage bill. When we ask about the recruitment, the department says that in order to increase the revenue, they had to hire more staff. Madam Speaker, perhaps we could be having a method statement which will confirm that more staff equals to more revenue. In my view, is that this is an escapist approach to issues that face the county. And I would seek your intervention, Madam Speaker. Since the committee only conveyed the response, I would be more glad that this matter be seized with the Committee on Labor so that they can do a proper report and a proper response to this concern. Because as it is now, it does not answer the questions that I raised before the Assembly. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Clearly, it seems that the member who had requested for this, the statement, the response that has been given is not satisfactory to him, and I hereby refer this same statement back to the same committee to do a thorough work and bring back thorough response to the satisfaction of the question before it. That is the ruling of the Speaker. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion. Motion on extension of reporting timelines.
Madam Speaker, I want to raise understanding order number 30. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 174.
Is it a matter we have already dealt with? Or which matter is that?
Madam Speaker, I've said I'm raising on understanding order number 30. It's a matter of count importance.
Yeah,
and it should precede all the other motions, unless advised otherwise, Madam Speaker.
I want to advise otherwise. Let's finish with the business of the day, then we come to the matter of importance.
But, Madam Speaker, we will be modulating our own standing orders. Standing order number 31 gives this motion precedence over the other motions. I think I'm on record, Madam Speaker.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker. Point of information.
Yes. Point Minority.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I just want to inform you and the House that the account assembly is custodian and is the author of the standing orders. And unless we follow them to the latter, we may be doing what is not supposed to be done to us. Honorable Speaker, the issue raised in standing order number 30, that is what we call an urgent matter of county importance. We cannot say we conclude other business when maybe the county is under fire or it's being auctioned. Honorable Speaker, once a motion has come and it states that is an urgent matter of county importance, any other business stops. So that is the information I will just give you.
I want to make a ruling on that.
Madam Speaker, before you make a ruling, Madam Speaker,
Yes.
kindly,
Yeah.
I think, Madam Speaker, going by what Mheshimiwa Ndawai is saying, I think it's procedural probably because we are not shortage of we are not run short of time.
Yes.
I think, Madam Speaker, if you allow the member so that even the House can be able to have the advantage of getting to know what is it that he feels is urgent for the time being, because maybe there's a fire that is just around us, Madam Speaker, while you are guiding. So probably is my opinion as a member of the House to ask if we could allow the member, we get to hear how important or how urgent is this matter, so that from there then members can ventilate and see whether it fits the threshold of what we call a county importance motion. Madam Speaker, kindly.
Thank you, Honorable Ngunga. I'm aware of the matter that he wants to bring forth. And the same standing order number 30 gives the Speaker the power to appoint time for that matter. And because we have no shortage of time, we are going to handle that matter after we are done with the business of the day. That is the decision. Let's proceed. Honorable Ndwiki,
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
I've made a ruling. Yeah.
Point
Made a
of
ruling.
information, Madam Speaker.
I've made a ruling on that matter.
Yes, but Madam Speaker, you are
You
the
are out of order, Mheshimiwa Kavyu. You are
Madam
out of order.
Speaker, a matter that has been cited as a matter of urgency for
I've
the
made
county.
a ruling on this matter. Mheshimiwa Kavyu, have a seat. Yes, please,
But
kindly.
Madam Speaker,
Don't
we are the
insist.
custodian of this.
I know you are the custodian. But
You are
sit
the
down, let's
custodian
proceed.
of the standing orders and the regulation of this House, Madam Speaker.
I have made a ruling on that matter. We are not going to go back and forth. I have requested Mheshimiwa Ndwiki to proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Daniel Ndwiki, MCA Syokimau Mlolongo Ward. Honorable Speaker, aware that the Assembly received petition by chairpersons of Mavoko Land Association on 21st February 2023. Further aware that the petition was committed to the Land and Energy Committee to interrogate and report on the House within 60 calendar days, pursuant to Standing Order 201 Sub-Order 2. Informed that the Committee of various dates discussed the petition and conducted several meetings with the petitioners to collect their submissions. Aware that on 6 April 2023, the committee invited the CEO, Kenya Commercial Bank, who is key responded and has been adversely mentioned in the petition. Further aware that the said CEO, following an unavoidable circumstances, sent an apology and requested for rescheduling of the invitations. Cognizant that the pursuant of Standing Order 201 Sub-Order 2, the deadline for reporting to the petition falls on 21st April 2023, noting that committee has not completed the interrogation process and report writing on the petition. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move a motion that the House grant the Lands and Energy Committee an extra 21 days to enable committee interrogate the remaining respondents and undertake report writing on the assignment. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I call upon Honorable Mathias to second.
Thank you, Honorable Mathias. I now propose the question that this House grants the Lands and Energy Committee an extra 21 days to enable the committee interrogate the remaining respondents and undertake report writing on the said assignment. May I now proceed and invite members to debate this motion? I put a question. I now put the question that the House grants the Lands and Energy Committee an extra 21 days to enable the committee interrogate the remaining respondents and undertakes report writing on the said assignment. As many as of the opinion say ayes, as many of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion, approval of the report on the half-year status report for the financial year 2022-2023 for the Directorate of Environment and Natural Resources.
May I call upon Honorable Frederick Kitetu, Chairperson, Environment and Natural Resources, to move the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Catherine Che, representing Wiper Party, and I'm the Vice Chair, Environment and Natural Resources. Honorable Speaker, that aware Article 183(3) of the Constitution of Kenya, 2010 provides that the County Executive Committee shall provide the County Assembly with full and regular report on matters relating to the county. Further, aware that Article 185(3) of the Constitution states that the County Assembly, while respecting the principle of separation of powers, may exercise oversight over the County Executive Committee and any other county executive organs. Aware that Environment and Natural Resources Committee received a half-year status report for the financial year 2022-2023 from the Directorate of Environment and Natural Resources, after which it analyzed and later compiled a report. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move that this Honorable House discuss and approves the Environment and Natural Resources Committee report of the half-year status report for the financial year 2022-2023 for the Directorate of Environment and Natural Resources. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And now may I call upon the Honorable Phoebe Koki to second the motion.
Honorable Phoebe Koki.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am Phoebe Koki, a special elected member by the Maendeleo Chapter Party and a member of the Environment and Natural Resources Committee. I stand to second. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I now propose the question that this Honorable House discusses and approves the Environment and Natural Resources Committee report on the half-year status report for the financial year 2022-2023 for the Directorate of Environment and Natural Resources. I now invite members to debate this motion. I now put the question that this Honorable House discusses and approves the Environment and Natural Resources Committee report on the half-year status report for the financial year 2022-2023 for the Directorate of the Environment and Natural Resources. As many are of the opinion, say ayes. As many are of the contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. But this one must come before this one, yes. Yeah. Come in. Next order.
Order number 10, motion, adjournment of the House.
May I call upon Honorable Nicholas Nzioka to proceed and move the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that you're aware that the second session of the Third Assembly commenced on 14th February 2023. Aware that pursuant to Standing Order number 25, Sub-Order 1, the Assembly approved an Assembly calendar on 14th March 2023 and altered it on the 15th March 2023 through a House resolution. Aware that this calendar provides for the sittings and recess for the House. Honorable Speaker, aware that the Standing Order number 25, Sub-Order 4, provides that despite the adjournment date as scheduled in the approved Assembly calendar, the Assembly may, by resolution, alter its calendar or the adjournment date. Further, aware that Standing Order number 151, Sub-Order 6, provides for the mandate of the House Business Committee, which amongst is to prepare and, if necessary, from time to time adjust the Assembly calendar with the approval of the House, acknowledging that pursuant to Article 185, Sub-Article 4, the Assembly received the third generation CIDP 2023 to 2027, cognizant that Articles 10 and Article 196, Sub-Article 2, recognizes the use of public participation in determining matters of governance. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 25, Sub-Order 4, I wish to move the motion that this House resolves to adjourn the sittings of Wednesday, 19th April 2023, to allow the Assembly conduct public participation of the third generation CIDP 2023-2027 and Annual Development Plan 2023-2024 on the 19th and 20th April 2023 in all the wards. I call upon the Deputy Speaker, who is also MCA for Ikalakala, to second.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Stephen Mwandhi, representing the great people of Ikalakala, Katini Ward. Madam Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you, DS, for seconding that motion. But before I go into it, I just want to give a statement concerning the motion that Honorable Member Joshua Mwonga was requesting to be debated. this is his time, but I am meant to understand that he's left. So, because he's not there to present his motion, to move his motion, I therefore wish to say that it may be tabled another time, because we are now on a motion for adjournment of the House. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that I have given that opportunity so that no one will say that I never gave an opportunity to Mheshimiwa Mwonga to move the motion. Thank you, members. Now, let's proceed with the motion for adjournment. I now propose the question that this House resolves to adjourn the sitting of Wednesday, 19th April 2023, to allow the Assembly conduct public participation of the third generation CIDP 2023-2027 and ADP 2023-2024 on 19th and 20th April 2023 in all the wards. I now proceed to invite members to debate that motion. Mheshimiwa Ndwiki, then yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
I stand to support the motion, considering that it is very important to have the public participation for the counter affairs to move on. As you know, as we all know, the CIDP and the NDP is a very important document that need approval from the members of the community. So I support the motion so that the honorable members may get the time to go and execute their duties and collect the views from the Mwananchi on how they wish the NDP and CIDP to be conducted. So I support. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Deputy Speaker, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I do also applaud or support that this House adjourns so that the House may get time to go and meet the electorates so that they may have their input and confirm whether the projects that are in the CIDP draft are the same projects that they are given, and then write a report, Madam Speaker, to bring it back to the House so that we may have the CIDP and ADP in place as we await, Madam Speaker, the financial estimates, which we are anticipating. The Assembly is anticipating them any time from now, and the estimates can only be worked on when we have got the ADP and CIDP in place, Madam Speaker. So I support that the House adjourns. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. May I call upon Honorable Nicholas Nzioka to reply to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Indeed, I want to thank the members for, agreeing with us that we need to adjourn. As you may be aware, the executive arm of the government already did their public participation in these two important documents, and I hope by us, members of the County Assembly, the honorable members, doing the same, will be now reading from the same Bible. Thank you for the support, honorable members.
Thank you, Honorable Nicholas Nzioka. I now put the question that this House resolves to adjourn the sittings of Wednesday, 19th April 2023 to allow the Assembly conduct public participation of the third generation CIDP 2023-2027 and ADP 2023-2024 on 19th and 20th April 2023 in all the wards. As many of the opinion say ayes, as many of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. The House now adjourns to Tuesday, 25th April 2023 at 10 a.m. Thank you.